Um, on their starting lagging again. 1 second. Let me open the window. இது வந்து ஒரு விண்டோ மட்டும் ஓபன் பண்ணுங்க. Yes, okay. I hope now it is clear. I think so. My voice is audible. Yeah, thank you. So if you have any doubt in the class, you can ping me in the middle itself, okay, and chat in the middle of the class, okay. So what I said is that what I think, what are the variables declared in Q, right? You can remember front variable and rear variable. There what you done, right? You just declared an integer variable, right? You declared an integer variable, but here you're going to declare it as an what? Pointer variable. That is the difference between linked list and the array representation, right? So here you are going to declare rear and front variable as a pointer variable of data type struct node, or here struct Q. Yesterday we have used struct stack, right? Instead of stack, we are going to use Q. Since we are going to use a single linked list, you know that only 2 fields are there. Okay, just same thing. Okay, most probably I'll close the session as soon as possible. Also, today's class, once I end up with this concept, I will close the class. So here we are going to declare the front and the rear value as a pointer variable. And initially, what you will do, you will make the front and rear pointer value as null. Right? You will make it as a null. So that's what this slide represents. All these things only, right? Let me use the pointer here. So if front equal to rear, what it mean? If front equal to rear, and also both front and rear are null value, then it indicates that Q is empty. Just remember all the properties. Okay. So you know that the insertion will be at the rear end, and the deletion will be at the front end. You will call NQ and DQ operation, right? So NQ is what? Inserting an element of the queue. DQ, deleting an element of the queue. So this slide shows the example of algorithm of the insertion operation in linked queue. So when you take the first one, this is a given queue. Right now the condition. Now you are inserting an node, inserting an element into the queue that we call it as an NQ operation. You know that it will be inserted at the rear part. So it is inserted at the rear part. That's all. Okay. The only updation you have to do is that what? When you are inserting, you have to update the value of rear value, that you know. When you are inserting, you need not to change the value of front variable. You have to change the value of rear pointer variable. The front variable remains same, that you know. So coming to the algorithm, so allocate memory for the new node, okay, and name it as pointer. Okay, so we, instead of new node, we are naming it as pointer, PTR. Okay, PTR is created. The PTR pointer variable is created. Okay, where it holds the address of the newly created node. That's all. For example, 100 is the created node. Okay, 100 is a created node. Let it be 10. I'm inserting the 10. So this, how I'm inserting the 10? Like this, with this line that you know. Pointer tends data. The pointer tends data is nothing but what? Pointer tends data is nothing but 10. This first field. So you are assigning with the value 10. Okay. Then see, since they are not doing here, you can, if you want, you can uh, initialize this null value here also, no problem. In the step 2 itself, so you make it a step 2.1, and you can initialize this what pointer field as, or next field as null. Here also you can make it. Here in this algorithm, they are not doing like so. They are doing in some other pointer, some other point. So initially, what you will do, if front equal to null, yes. For example, you'll check that initially what? Initially, if there is no element at all, okay, if there is no element at all in a linked list, you'll say that if will work. This if part will work. But in our case, we are having how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Someone has chatted 1 second. So what is the first thing? We are what is the step number 2? We are making or assigning a value to the data field, right? 10 is assigned. Next, you are checking for the condition whether the linked list is empty or not. Okay, when will the if condition will work? When the what? When there is no element in the linked list, then only this if condition will work. In our case, it will not work because we having what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 elements are there in the list. So in this case, it will not work. It directly goes to the else part. It actually goes to the else part. I need to update only the rear pointer variable. I need to update only the rear pointer variable. So what I'm doing? So pointer, you know, right? It is 100. Okay, it is assigned to rear. Okay, this one. Else part. Coming to the else part. Coming to the else part, you are assigning the pointer value to the rear next. Okay, rear next. What is your rear next? This is not at this condition. This pointer is assigned to the rear next. Okay, pointer is equals what? Let me draw it again one second for you. This is 100. Okay, and it creates two things. Okay, 9 is created like this. 9 is created like this. PTR. So this PTR is what? Is assigned to, this PTR is assigned to where? To the rear next. So rear is next is what? Already you have rear variable, right? You will be having a rear pointer variable also. I'll show in the coding also, right? I'll show in the coding also. You will be having a separate rear pointer variable that will hold the address of the last element. Let it be 500. Okay, it means that the address of the last element is 500. Let me write here. Right above the node. So the address of the element 5 is 500. That's all. So rear element always will hold the address of the last node, last element in a queue. Right, this is what 500. It's representing this 500. Now what I am doing, I need to update this value, right? This x should be, this x should be updated with the newly created node. Who is holding the newly created node address? Pointer, PTR, right? Newly created node is what? 9, this one, right? This address is 100. So this newly created node address is stored in pointer variable. That value should be updated to the rear node's next field. So that is what this line tells. That's what this line tells. Rear tends next is assigned with the value pointer. Nothing but 100 is assigned over here. Once I make 100 here, instead of x, I make 100 here. Let me write here in the second diagram. Okay, instead of x, I am updating with the 100. It's automatically pointing to the next element. I mean the newly created node. And what you should update. Earlier, what rear value is 500. Now, newly created node is the last element, right? And what is the last element's address? 100, right? So, last element address is 100. So, that should be updated. So, earlier, element 5 was the last node. Now, element 9 is the last node. That element's last node address is what? 100, you know very well. It is 100, you know very well. Okay, that should be updated. So I'll erase it. So 100, it becomes 100. I updated with 500 with 100. So automatically it points to the real value. That's all. Then finally, what they are doing? Finally, what they are doing? Rear next equal to null. Who is the rear next? This one, right? At last, they are doing making this rear next as null. This can be done earlier also. At calling the get node function also, you can make these new nodes next field as null also. But they are doing in this algorithm, they are doing at after inserting. After inserting, they are making the rear next as null. But also it can be done at creation of a new node also. Right? Yeah. Is it understood, guys? Why I'm giving more importance, because you have to write with some example with algorithm in the examination. Whenever they ask any coding like this and all, see only 3 to 4 lines are there. If you write an algorithm, it gives a good impression to the examiner. He'll put full marks also. Sure, they will give full marks. That is the reason I'm more stressing on this point. Okay. Try to include always the algorithm. Okay. Let me erase this and let me go to the next operation called delete operation. Okay. And one more thing, one insertion. Okay. Okay, coming back to the delete operation. So this is the scenario, right? Example is the first diagram is the current scenario. What is the status of the linked list? Then you are calling the delete operation or a DQ operation. Always you write DQ, okay? Here we have represented delete, but you write DQ, okay? So once where you delete, where you will call the delete function. When you call the delete function, automatically what? First element will be deleted, right? That you know very well. First element will be deleted. Okay, that is the logic. That is the procedure followed in queue. Okay, even anyway we can even if you want delete this middle element also, you can do it, no issues. But according to the procedure of queue, I want to delete the first element only, right? I should write algorithm accordingly to the queue concept. It follows what? First in, first out. But in case of priority queue, we give provision to particular jobs where you can able to remove that particular job based upon the emergency case. For example, let us consider it is considered in this queue data. Instead of data, we'll consider the data as the priority number. 9 is a priority number, 1 is a priority number, 7 is the priority number. Okay, so what I do, who are having the lowest, I mean the number with lesser number having the high priority. Who who is having the lesser number? Node 2. Node 2 is having the lesser number of 1, right? So what I considered, okay, this is high priority. I should give high priority to this job. Job is nothing but this node. Job is nothing but each and every node I'm considering as a job. In a real world application, we'll submit job to the, for example, you submit a job to the processor, right? You are submitting job to the processor, you're opening Microsoft Visual Studio, you're opening PowerPoint, you're copying some application, some folder to another location, doing some remote operation, accessing files from the remote location. So everything is considered job. Okay, everything considered. But among all these jobs, there will be a priority job will be there. There will be a priority job. Instead giving looking like a number, I am looking like an priority. Okay, so I will give node 2, I mean the job 2 as a high priority, and I will give importance to that job and remove first. That is called priority queue. That is different from the normal queue, right? Priority queue. Okay, but we are not concentrating on that in this program. So when I call a delete function, it automatically delete the first element from the queue. So what I have to do, I have to update only the front variable. I have to update only the front variable. I don't want to touch the rear variable. I don't want to touch the rear variable. Since we are implementing the same linked list using linked list in circular queue, that is different case. Okay, let it be consider that. Moreover, when you deallocate the memory, when you deallocate, when you delete this node, 9, automatically you will call the free function, right? And what node will be deleted. Your memory allocated will be deleted. So you don't bother about the memory management and all, right? There's no concept called a linear queue here. You can, why you have moved from linear queue to circular queue? Why? Because even though there is space in the linear queue, you cannot able to insert element into the queue. That is a disadvantage that you have faced in the linear queue. That's why you be moved to the circular queue. But there is no concept here. Once I delete a node, I will automatically call the free function. Will automatically call the free function. The node will be, the memory will be free. Yes. Guys, can you understand what I'm saying? Guys, I will tell what is the value of front when I call a dequeue function in a linked list. Guys, are you there? I want some reply. Can I able to follow, guys? 200. Yes, thank you. So 200 is updated in the front variable. What I'm going to do, just erase this 100. Okay, erase this 100. I'll make it as what? 200. Now 200 front is pointing to node 1. Okay, nothing but the second example. I'm making this second example. So this is pointing to the node 1. This should be removed. So once I do this, now front is done. Okay, once I do this, what happens? I have to remove this node. No, I have to deallocate the memory. That's why we are calling what? That's why we are calling the free pointer. I'll just, this pointer will be actually point is holding some address. Okay, that address memory location is deallocated, so it is deleted from the memory. Sorry. This is what about delete operation in a linked queue or DQ operation. Is it okay? Shall we move to the next topic? Guys, is it okay? Only the front value is updated. The rear values remain same. Keep it in mind. Rear values doesn't change. Does not change. At one stage, what happens when you keep on calling the DQ function? When you keep on calling the DQ function without NQ operation, at one stage, front will come here also. Front and rear will point to the front and rear will point to the same node. We'll move to the. So again, see here they use node itself. Yesterday we used struct stack, right? Instead of node for naming convention, you can use what queue also, but they are using struct node. Okay, so this is the node representation done. Then they are using what separate thing. And what queue, it holds what front and rear, right? Front and rear. Coming to this pointer variable or the variable global variables. Okay, q is a data pointer variable of struct q of struct q. Then you having a create q function. Okay, very first you are creating a function, then insert q. So these are the some of the functions can be defined in this program. Delete elements, okay, display peak. But when you note this function prototype, you can find this what it is a pointer variable. The return type of the insert function is pointer variable. Okay, return type of this delete element function is pointer variable. Okay, this one I want to stress here. So since you are using linked list, so we are declaring the like this. We are declaring the prototype of the function as the return type as pointer variable. That's it. Okay, this is the main function. Then what are the options to be performed is displayed in the do. Okay, do. Then within the switch case, what happens? It matches, right? It matches insert, delete, peak, display. So now what we are doing? We are doing calling the when you are doing insert, right? When you are doing insert. So you have to note down here why they are using separate queue. Can anyone tell why they are using a separate queue? Can anyone tell why they are using a separate front and declaring rear front pointer variable and rear pointer variable of structure queue? Can anyone tell what is the reason? Because you can have multiple queues, right? You can have multiple queues in an application. Okay, but in our case, we have taken what? Only one queue. We have taken only one queue. As like this, I can declare what? Q1 star Q1. Okay, star Q2. can have any number of queues in an application. So that's what we are passing, which queue you are doing the operation. So that is what meaning, which queue you are doing the operation and you are passing the value, right? So when you call the insert function, right? See, this is the insert function. Okay, so on which queue you are performing the operation. So that's what the argument is got from the first argument. Then you are creating a pointer variable, assigning the creating the malloc, creating a node using the malloc. Okay, that's done. All node, all those things. See, whatever we done in the algorithm part, that is done here. If this condition is what? If front is equal to null, if there is no element at all. This is the else for what? Else is for if there is element in the queue. That's all. You have to remember like this one. Okay, you can divide this insert function in three ways, three equal parts. First one is what? Creating a node. Okay, creating a node. That's what we have done. Here we didn't use any separate get node function. Keep it in mind. In previous program using array, you might have used a separate get node function. Get node function will create a node and also it assigns the value to the node, right? That you know very well. The same thing, but here when calling the insert function, I'm creating a node. That's all. Both the get node function and this insert function are merged, combined, right? So first part is you are creating a node. That nodes are new node is stored in the pointer variable. One. Second is what? Second part is checking if front is null. If there is no element in the queue. Second part. If there is no element, you have to do this operation. If there is no element, you have to do this operation. What we discussed in the algorithm. Same thing. Okay. What you will do? If there is no element, the newly created node becomes the front as well as the rear node. Am I right? I think so. You know very well. You're aware of this. When there is no node at all in a queue, and then you will create a new node. That new node will act as what? Front and the rear. That is right. Front and the rear. That's why we are making this as what? Front and rear as the pointer variable. Point is nothing but the newly created. It stores the address of the newly created node. Right. Can anyone tell what is this? What is this? Guys, because Q is what? Q is what? What is this meaning? This line, this particular syntax uses two arrow operator. Can anyone tell what is this? This is Q. This is Q. Okay. And this is front. Front is, see, front is a pointer variable only. Keep in mind, it's a pointer variable only. Okay, of struct node, it will hold what? Address of struct node. It can hold address of struct node. Struct node is what? How the structure of the struct node can hold two data. One is data, and the other one is next. Right? I'm sorry, it's not clear. First field is data. Second field is next. First field is data. Next field is next. Okay. So front, guys. Otherwise, I'll mute all of you. second, I mute all of you. Okay. So this is front. This is front. And again, this front is what? A pointer variable. It's a pointer variable. How can I access the members of the structure? How can I access the members of the structure using pointer variables through what? Arrow operator only. Now can you hear me, guys? Guys, can you hear me now? Is it okay? Yes, okay, thank you. So what I am going to do, I want to access the next field using this, right? Using Q, I want to access this next field. I hope this is understand. I want to access the next field, this node's next field, using Q. Using Q. I don't have direct access, right? But I know the value, but I know the what? But I can access the front variable, front pointer variable. But I can access the front pointer variable. It is having some. Let it be 1000. Let it be address is 1000, and nothing but the address of this. Erase it. Okay. So this is 1000. The address of this node is 1000. Okay, and this front node will also have some address. Let it be 200. Okay, this 200 is stored where? Here only. Okay, so I want to access the next field using Q. That's why I'm using Q tends front, then front tends next, Yes. Yeah. So what I'm doing, you are making both as null. Okay, I'm making the next field of front. I mean the next field of front and the rear, a particular node as what? Null. You know that what? Both front and the rear, will point to the same node. Why? Because there is only one node in the queue. If there is only one node in the queue, okay, what it mean? It always points both front and the rear points to the same. That's why we are making both front next and the rear next, okay, as null. Okay, as null. Then if there is no node at all, this if will work, and otherwise this else part will work. That is what we have discussed in the algorithm. Right? Then we'll go to this another function, delete. Okay, what is delete? You are passing only the queue address. See, queue address is go here, and once I know the address of the queue, right? I can access what? The front variable, right? How will I get the front variable? Q tends front. So that is stored in the temporary variable. From now onwards, I can access the entire queue itself. From now onwards, I can access the entire queue itself, right? So what I'm making this here, Q tends front equal to equal. If I'm checking, okay, once it's passed, then I'm checking it is under flow. Otherwise, this operation. Okay, delete this pointer variable. Before deleting this pointer variable, you have to move to the next node. I'll show you in the algorithm part. delete. Yeah, what we discussed here, no? After deleting this 9, okay, the front should be pointing to the 1. Previously it was 9, now it has to point to the 1. The same thing it was given here. Okay. In this coding. Okay. So Q front is assigned with Q front next. Just note down this point. This is very important. How it is assigned. You can also notice here like 2 arrow operators are used. Okay. Just notice here Q tends front tends next. Then you have another operation called peak operation. You know that it displays what? The front element. Front element displays the data of the front element. Okay, how will you access the front element? Just they are returning in the data. Front Q front data. See, simple. They are making it as simple. Okay, Q front data. Before that, they are checking before printing command. They are just checking whether queue is empty or not. That's all. That is this one. Okay, and we have another function called display function. What display function? What will they check again if the queue is empty or not? Always you try to include this point. Okay, every function you try to include this whether function queue is empty or not. You just check it. It's better. Okay, it gives extra mark really. You write like this at least to this line important point. They'll give marks, extra marks. Then if this is not working, okay, it goes to else part. It goes to else part. So what is there in the else part? Just displaying each and every element in the queue. Guys, is it okay? Guys,